My sister-in-law.
Yalla, are we ready? Okay, hold on.
We're ready.
Beautiful.
For,
TY. Unmute. Unmute TY. Mute myself.
Where's Marchuk tonight?
He's sitting here, right here, live and in person.
Wow, look at this. Gee.
Now I can't mute him.
Great. By the way, you're all missing Bubby Stein's cookies.
Oh, he's recruiting.
He's recruiting.
Okay.
It's in the 30s.
I'm going to just tell you, I'm just going to say over a couple of Brachos questions that were texted today.
It's nice and warm.
And you guys can decide. You guys can decide how to paskin them based on your vast knowledge of Hilchos Brachos.
The Gemara said that we'll die if we do that.
What? Oh. That's why we do it internet based. Okay, a lot of bran mixed with some eggs and fried. What's the bracha?
Mazonis.
I would say Shehakol. I couldn't imagine making anything.
No, they're mazonis. No, it's
Why would you?
mazonis.
What's it? Why you would eat that?
I don't know why anybody would eat that.
I say bazonos. I mean, it's a shehakol because bran is not green.
Bran? What bracha is bran?
Bran
Bran
is
would be a shehakol.
Is it?
no. Bran is one of the five.
Right? Isn't bran mazonis?
No, bran is the husk from the five. It's not the five.
Regardless of what it is.
I thought bran is mazonis, but now that you're saying maybe not.
I'll take
Bran is the garbage from the mazonas.
Right.
Doesn't make a difference where it's from.
Could make a difference. I don't know.
You peel the potato. You don't eat the peel. You throw the peel in the garbage.
Yeah.
When you do dash, you're getting rid of the bran.
No, you're getting rid of the chaff. The bran is an edible part.
He's right. The bracha on bran is shehakol.
Yay! Whoever said Shehakol was right.
And then another question was vegetable soup that was judged.
I had it tonight.
That was judged.
I had it tonight. There was a piece of tomato. I made it on
It was judged as shehakol. If you can't discern the vegetables.
No, I had made a shehakol, but then I saw one piece of tomato. So I made it on that piece.
So what do you say about that? Vegetable soup that ground up.
Shehakol.
Shehakol.
That's shehakol.
Know what it is.
I'm not so sure it's shehakol.
Really?
Say not Shehakol?
It's cooked.
We said
And
that vegetable soup, we said yesterday,
Is that what
vegetables soaked in
tomatoes
water
and,
take on the bracha of the vegetables.
Thank you.
Yeah, but if you can't see the vegetables, then they lose their
It was,
status.
it,
right?
there was a big,
No, not necessarily.
Yaakov, why is that any different than tomato sauce or ketchup?
Yeah, that's what we're asking. Yeah.
What?
What do you say?
So all
Why
vegetable
is that any
soup.
different than tomato sauce or ketchup?
tomatoes are fruits.
Tomato, we said yesterday, tomatoes,
you?
you always get rid of the tomatoes. So,
You want salt to do?
tomato, you always get rid of the tomatoes.
That means all vegetable soups, by definition, are hadam. Yeah.
Most of them are hadam. Not all of them,
Whoa,
it depends. It's complicated. I can't
Well, I
say I
can't-
understand it. I can't say I understand the sugi, which I tell you. I just,
Okay. By definition, based on that, okay, you don't understand it.
based on that, I would say it's a vegetable that you would normally eat, like carrots and celery and all that type of stuff, and you ground it up, and it's the water soaked in there. We learned yesterday, it's not. It should be hadam. That's what I think.
It's like tomato juice, right?
But
Yeah, but you said if it was like root vegetables or something, and you zhuzh it up, and then it becomes shehakol. So it's a matter of what's rove in the soup, no?
yeah, okay, but it depends. It really depends on the type of vegetable and how it's thing. I'd be honest with you. I want to work on the sugi a little bit to get it straight, but I don't have it so close. Okay, ready to chazer from yesterday? All right. Lamed test. Yeah, first we discussed the measurement on an olive, and we said that it's we go with an average olive. Yeah. Order of saying brachos. We started. Yeah. order of saying brachos, meaning what's more important, chaviv right? Which Tyson says chaviv goes first. Bracha on cut up turnips, right? If you cut them large or you cut them small. Then we said, what's the bracha on vegetable soups, right? Yes. And then the function of dill, is dill there to take out bad taste, or is it there to provide taste? And then we said when to make the bracha on bread. At the end, right, when you finish the bracha, do you start cutting it or do you cut afterwards? Then Amud Beis is also continues with the order of brachas on bread, whether you should do pieces, which are larger than a piece, a broken piece, which is larger than a complete piece. How to give truma to the kohen, meaning if he's in front of you, you have to give him a more chashuv piece. And if he's not in front of you, you can get away with worse. A compromise on how to cut the bread, meaning you cut the piece that's whole together with the piece that's broken, which is what we do by Pesach. By the Seder, we cut the whole matzah and the broken piece of matzah at the same time. Then the source for lechem Mishna, and then I forgot which Amor cut that large piece of bread, cut a large piece of challah for the whole meal. And he said he wasn't considered like looking like a glutton because it showed chashivas for the Shabbos meal. And then we said that he's using the eruv of the bread from the bread from the eruv for lechem Mishna. Since one mitzvah was done with it, so then we do another mitzvah with it. Okay, ready? So Amar Rav, Ma'am Amar Aleph, the first words on the line. Yeah, Amar. 1 second. I'm going to pull up. I'm going to try tonight with the weird touch words to do on the app. Okay. Amar Rav. Yeah. Tol Baruch. This is also very negay. This Allah. This Gemara. Tol Baruch. It says if you say to somebody, take and take and make a bracha. Take and make a bracha. Ain't it tzarich levarach? You don't need to make another bracha. Meaning, is it a hefsek if after you make hamoitzi, you go tell somebody take the challah? It says take the challah, take the challah. Now the whole shiloh why it says tol means take bracha and make a bracha.
But he doesn't. You made a bracha for him, no?
What? Or maybe he's going to make his own bracha. Whatever it is. The point is you're telling him take the challah. So it's not a hefsek because it's not. It has something to do with the eating. Have melach, have lifton.
Hefsek for if he's making his own bracha.
What?
Funny,
The other guy will make. Well, it's chassidim. They make their own bracha. How's that?
So what's the problem?
It's not necessary.
You can take. I make the bracha on the hamay. Okay, let's take it up. You ever see chassidim do lechem Mishna?
I guess not.
Okay, chassidim they all pass it around. Nobody hamaitzi passes the next one. Hamaitzi passes the next one. Right?
They don't.
So the guy would no, but one you keep one and then you pass it on to the next one.
And you eat.
Yeah, so you tell it to the other. The guy's not paying attention. Yeah, take it.
Before you ate.
Yes.
That's okay.
Yes. Yeah. Tol Baruch, ain't it tzarich levarach. Have melach, have lifton. He said, bring me salt, bring me something to dip, tzarich levarach. Then you do need to make a bracha because he's saying that that's not something that's necessary, right? You also need to. You don't need to make a bracha according to Rabbi Yochanan because that is something that is necessary. Gvil laturi, tzarich levarach. If you say that you gotta go feed the, meaning ground up the bran, there you go, the Aaron's wife bran, in water in order to give it to the cows, right? So then you need to make a bracha. Meaning, if you make hamaitzi on your bread and then you tell somebody to go mix the water for the cow, so that's a hefsek, right? Mm-hmm. That's what the first mandomer says. You don't need to make a bracha. Why? You're not allowed to eat before you give food to your behemoth. It says in Shema, right? You give your grass besadcha to your behemoth. And then it says, eat and you'll be satisfied. So clearly you give your animals first. So therefore, it's not considered a hefsek.
I feel like people aren't mocked, but like people don't realize this, and everyone tries to. When
of course,
reality,
yes, you can just say it. Correct.
I need the sauce. That's it.
Well, it is a machlokes amaroim, so maybe it's better not to. Right?
Seems like we pass in like.
Yeah. Okay.
I miss with their messages we don't know.
We have a woman section.
Amar over Shmuel Mashum Rabchia. We just doubled our women count over here. If anybody's interested wants to know what's going on, okay? Amar Rava Bar Shmuel Mishum Reb Chia. Eina b'tzei rishad l'vtzai at shaviyu melech liftan l'fnei kol echad echad. You're not the one who's cutting the bread, literally, the one who's breaking the bread is not allowed to make hamoitzi until everybody has salt and something to dip it in, because bread doesn't taste so great, so you need to try and make the bread tasty. But l'fnei kol echad echad. Rava Bar Shmuel ikla lebeirish glusa fiku le'rifta ubatza lahedya. Amrulay, meaning he broke the bread openly without anything. Amrulay, Hadamah Mishmaitse, did you go back on what you just said? You said that you have to put salt in front of everybody. So Amrulu, less din sarich baishish. Yeah. Meaning it's not ma'akiv, this thing. I mean, what Rashi says, it means that it's clean bread, so clean bread tastes good, so therefore you don't need to.
What's clean bread?
Clean kasnikia, meaning it tastes good.
Oh, okay.
Which is why, one second, we got to do this Taisus here. Did we do this Taisus? No, we didn't do it, right?
We didn't do any Taisus on this block.
Yeah, so Taisus says, right, so you have to, if you're going to talk in between the Bracha of Amoitzi and the eating, and between Kiddush and drinking, then you have to go back and make a new Bracha, unless it has something to do with the Suda, right? Same thing about Shechita. Doesn't he say something about the salt here? Yeah, and then at the end of the Taisus, I think he says.
Rashi says it.
Rashi says.
Soft being tefillin and also like you should not.
Right, but no, I'm looking for I'm looking for the salt. Right? Taisus, no. Most of the way through the Taisus, he says.
Right, he's saying the same thing as Rashi.
No, that's on the first part of being mafsek, right? So me, Rabbi Nachman, Taisus says basically that nowadays our bread is chashuv, right? So you don't have to. Our breads are considered chashuv, and you don't need salt, right? That's what people get away with when they don't dip their bread in salt, right? Yeah. So then Taisus says that even though our salt, the end of the Taisus there, the top Taisus says that even though our bread is clean and you don't need salt, however, when everybody's sitting around the table, nobody's learning, nobody's doing anything, it's just a waste of time till everybody comes. So it's a kitrug on Klal Yisrael that everybody's just wasting their time.
Right.
So therefore, you put the salt on the table. You should always have salt on the table so that it should protect us. How the salt protects us, I don't know, but that's one of the reasons you should have salt.
With the he said bris melech.
Yes, but how was that you protecting us?
It's remembrance.
Because of the melech, because of the bris.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That was what's it called in the share.
Fine. Yeah. Right. You're not gonna fully let out from going to the bathroom unless you're sitting down. But if it's dirt, if you're going to the bathroom in dirt that's soft, then even if you're standing there, you'll be able to. And if you don't have soft dirt to go to the bathroom on, then you should at least go on a slant, so that it will your waist will go down the hill. Okay? These are just different members from Rabbi Bar Shmuel Mishum Reb Chia. Yeah? Rabbi Bar Shmuel Mishmed Reb Chia. After everything that you eat, you should have some salt, and after everything that you should drink, I mean, if you're drinking wine, drinking beer, then you should make sure you have water. And then you won't get damaged. After everything you eat, you should eat salt, and after everything you drink, you should have water. And then you won't get damaged. This is a different version. It says during the day, if you eat and you don't eat salt, and if you drink and you don't have water, then during the day it's going to cause bad breath, and at night, and it's going to cause chas v'shalom, can cause choking. Okay, this halacha actually is brought in Shulchan Aruch that you have to do this. That you got to make sure you have water after you finish drinking, which I think the drunks do, right? They think they have water, so that takes any type of drinking, right? And eating salt. So the Ramah is actually a fascinating thing, because the Ramah says that nowadays that our foods have salt in it, and our liquids are always mixed with water. Therefore, this halacha does not apply. Mm-hmm. And the Magen Avram, in a different siman, a very controversial Magen Avraham says the Metzias changed. He says in bodies have changed, and therefore this no longer applies, which is very controversial simply because then all these Gemaras, right, with primarily the one that comes up the most is women who are pregnant going into a nail salon to get their nails done because they're afraid they're going to step on nails and then chas v'shalom miscarry. So if you say the Metzias changed, which I think clearly it did, so you go to this Magen Avraham and then you could wipe clean a lot of stuff. So that's why it's a little
I mean, the concept that Metzias changes, don't we apply it to eggs, right? The Gemara at some point brings up that idea also that we should look
correct. And then of course you also have fish and meat.
But we were macro on that.
We are, but it's, the Metzias seems to have changed. So, okay, whatever it is.
Why wouldn't that be an evolution kind of a comment?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay. You didn't say the word evolution, but I want to throw that down.
It's the Magen Avraham. It's the Magen Avraham that says it. The question is, how do you apply it? Where do you apply it? When do you apply it?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yaakov was like the Metzias with the Erev. No, I'm just kidding.
The what?
Metzias with the Erev. Now you can hold it. No, I'm just kidding.
The Erev? Okay. Yeah, okay. Tana Rabbanan. Hamakfi achilas b'mayim ein abali deichal mayim. If you drown, literally it means you drown your food with water, then you're not going to have stomach issues. The kama amar Chisda kitoin lepas. It's for everything of bread you have a kitoin. I don't know exactly how much a kitoin is. A jug, some sort of jug. Yeah, so meaning you're supposed to drink a lot while you eat. Right? Amar Yechon haragu ba'adasha achas l'shoshim yom minei askara mitoch pesach. If you have lentils once every 30 days, then you're going to askara, which is this throat thing, which is I think what you get when you have fish and meat. No? There's askara. So you will not have askara in your house. Avokol yom aloi, but don't have it every day. My time was the kashel re'echapeh because it's difficult for bad breath. It seems like the Gemara was very concerned with bad breath. Like, what's the big deal? So you have bad breath. Is that what it is?
Yeah, well, it seems, no?
I don't know. It seems like there's something damaging about bad breath. That's
might be ben ish le'ishtay also.
What?
Might be ben ish.
Kenny.
Obsessed with bad breath. I bought a case of those.
What? You're muted.
Ben ish le'ishtay also, not ben adam l'chavera.
That's true, but this seems to be a health. The Gemara is here talking about health things. It's not talking about ben adam l'chavera. It's talking about between you and yourself. What?
Shalom bias in the house.
Yeah, but that's not what it's referring to. It seems to be a health issue to have bad breath. I know that there are major cases of bad breath. That's a simon that there's unhealthy things going on in the stomach. That's I don't know. I'm no doctor, but whatever. It seems like bad breath.
H. pylori.
What?
H. pylori. I'll ask another female to get on and explain it.
There you go. Okay. If you have mustard once every 30 days, you won't have sickness in your house. But not every day. It's not good for your heart. It's going to make your heart weak if you have mustard every day. This Gemara might explain why you have all these old people that have long lives in the shtibelach, right? Because right? People that have small fish don't have any stomach issues. Right? Having small fish can cause pruruvu and mavrin kol guf shaladim, and it causes the guf to be healthy.
What's a small fish? Herring.
Herring?
See, I really don't know if herring is a small fish because it doesn't be a large fish that gets cut up.
Right. No, they're
maybe
not.
Sardines.
Those are.
It doesn't mention old Williams.
Anchovies.
No, it doesn't say the schnapps. It doesn't say schnapps.
I believe it said it's not sushi. That's a big fish cut up.
Okay. Amar Rav Chama bar Rav Chanina harogel beketzach ein abali de kohen. What's ketzach? How do they touch ketzach? Not Nila balaz. That's the way Rashi says it.
Fennel.
They don't give a touch. Fennel. That doesn't help me. I'd rather go with ketzach. Fennel. Okay.
I have fennel.
It's probably one of the simonim.
It is, by the way.
It is one of the simanim?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyways,
we're gonna get you into some good food.
What?
We're gonna get you into some good food.
There you go.
Not good food.
I think I'll stick with dogim ketanim.
Where is
Yeah,
it?
I think so too. I like.
Oh, I've seen that.
Let me see.
I've seen that.
What?
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Fennel.
that.
No?
No, because I don't.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
go
gonna
shopping.
come up with a
Oh,
Ketzach.
He said it's
Yeah, it is one of the
25. You looked at this?
You already said it. You
Fennel.
It tastes like
It's like a
licorice
leek,
a little
isn't it?
bit.
Yeah. It's
Oh, that's the
onion.
licorice tasting
It looks
vegetable.
Fenugreek.
That's fenugreek.
Yeah, it's a Sephardi dish.
Fenugreek is
Uh-huh.
is a cinnamon.
Okay, so maybe that's what it is. Okay, anyways, if you're not gonna have pain in the heart if you eat this stuff.
Which one?
Meisvei,
Fenugreek?
yes.
Fennel.
Meisvei Rav Shimon Gamliel Aimer Ketzach Echad Mishishim Samoni Hamavis. So now we have a kasha because he says Ketzach is one of 60 samoni. How do you call samoni?
Poisons.
Right, a poison of death. So obviously that's not a good thing. So we have a stira. One says that it's healthy, one says not. Obviously it's not healthy. By Yoshon Lemizach Granoid Damai Barashi. If you sleep to the east of a silo that has this ketzach, then your blood is on your head because it's dangerous to do that. So we have a stira. So what we're gonna do, like kasha haberecha habatame. One is talking about the smell, and one is talking about the taste. So the taste is okay, is healthy. Just the smell, it is not healthy.
So how do you smell it when you taste it? How do you not smell it?
I have no idea. Right? I don't know. Maybe you don't have a sense of smell. I don't know. He made the Rabbi Yirmiyah afile rifta mudamkale makavale. Rabbi Yirmiyah's mother used to bake a bread and stick in this ketzach and then take it out. Right? It would like basically get the taste of the ketzach. It would get the I don't know if it's the red. It can't be the red. Right. It would soak up the taste, but you wouldn't actually have to eat the actual kelach. Right. So that was a way for him to get it without having the risks. Rabbi Yehuda, right? So we said Rabbi Yehuda is a very interesting shita. You have to make bari minei teshamim, not meaning all different types of vegetables require different types of brachos. I'm sorry, Reb Chanina bar Papa. Actually, the side does change it to Reb Chanina. Ein halacha Rabbi Yehuda. Halacha is not like Rabbi Yehuda. Reb Chanina bar Papa. My time with Rabbi Yehuda. Why does Rabbi Yehuda say what he says? Amakra Baruch Hashem Yom Yom. Right? He says you have to bench Hashem every day. We only bench Hashem during the day, not at night. So what's the pasuk telling you? Every day you have to give him the different types of brachos that you have to, meaning be more specific with your brachos. Each and every type of min, a vegetable requires its own bracha. Okay, we don't pass them like that. That would be a good thing. Imagine how confusing the vegetable situation would be then. The midah of Hashem is not like the midah of Basav Adam. Midah of Basav Adam, kli reikon, machzik, an empty, according for humans, you take an empty vessel and you can fill it up. Right? Kli reikon machzik, malei eina machzik. An empty pot you can fill up, a full pot you can't fill up, it's going to spill over. HaKadosh Baruch Hu eina ken, HaKadosh was not like that. Malei machzik, reikon eina machzik. Somebody who's malei, meaning somebody who's full of Torah, he can have more Torah going in, but somebody who's empty from Torah, he's going to get nothing. If you hear, then you'll be able to hear more, and if not, then you won't hear at all. If you're going to hear the old, then you'll hear the new. But if you turn your heart away, then you're not going to hear. So that second shot is that if you're going to review your learning, so then you'll retain it. If you don't review it, then you won't retain it. Yeah, so no, it's an interesting thing because I got to stay within Reb Chaim Kanievsky, and it has pictures of as he goes through his day. It's interesting, but it's just the amount of, and he says Tikkun Chatzos. First thing he does when he gets up at night, in the morning, whatever, 3 a.m, he says Tikkun Chatzos. Right now, I'm thinking I can't do Tikkun Chatzos because I'm too busy. Right, I don't have time to do Tikkun Chatzos, but Reb Chaim Kanievsky does have time. Right, that's if you have a lot of Torah, it's just that Hashem is going to give you more and more and more. That's the way it goes. So. Yeah.
The sefer goes through his day?
Yeah, it's an interesting sefer. Okay.
Is it color pictures?
Could be. I don't know. Yeah. Why? You saw it?
We saw it.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, the Lashon, they say.
When did you get it? Today?
Today I got it. The guy that sells farms always buys farms from him. So.
No, there's an expression. If you want to get something done, give it to a busy person.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's basically it. But then that takes away because we're saying it's only Torah. No, you're saying it's
just the entire. That's what he's saying. That's what
okay.
he's saying.
So the Mishna. Yeah, so if you make a bracha on the tree, right, instead of making Bar Priya 8, you say Bar Priya Adama, you are Yotze. Even though it was wrong, right? But the Maisa, you're Yotze.
Adama is Nechlal Bar Priya 8, you saying?
Yes, because it's from the 8 scrolls in the ground, right? While Peres Aretz, Bar Priya, it's lo Yotze. But if you make on vegetables Bar Priya 8, then you're not Yotze, because vegetables don't grow on trees, they grow on the ground. While Kulam, Shehakol Yotze, right? And on all brachas, if you say Shehakol Yotze, then you are Yotze.
Could that create a problem? If you have two items that you by accident say Shehakol first,
then
would that be Yotze everything?
It's not simple. You got it right. You really have to have the order.
I thought in Bidera Klau we assume though that you're not.
You don't have it in mind.
You don't have in mind the items that aren't necessarily with that. So
right. Yeah. So okay. Zogdimar Mantana the Iker Ilan Arahu. Arihi, who is the Vandomer that says the main parts of trees is from the land? If your mayan dries up and your trees fell down, then you bring bikurim, but you don't read the psukim. Maybe v'kara. Meaning, this is talking about where when you bring bikurim, the first fruits, so you bring it up to Yerushalayim, so you have to make a whole long bracha, right? That's part of the bracha that we say by the Seder is based on that. So so how can you make a bracha about your trees if your trees dried up and broke before you got to bring it to Yerushalayim? So that's the machlokes says. So the first Mandomer says you bring the bikurim, but you don't have to read the psukim because it's false, right? You're asking that your trees should be benched. Or Yehuda says maybe bikurim, but you could bring it and you could read it. So, but whatever it is, you see that the trees are based on what was going on in the ground, right? Meaning, because if the ground dried up and now your trees fell down, so then meaning your whole tree is based on the ground. That's what we're saying. So therefore, Bar Priya 8 will be covered by Bar Priya Adama if you made the mistake. Yeah.
So basically, a fruit is bad. Basically, saying a fruit is bad from a vegetable.
It's not a vegetable, but it does. The ground is the main part of it. So therefore, if you make Bar Priya Adama, so then it will cover your Bar Priya 8. Right? If you say that the ground has nothing to do with the tree, so then you would not be covered if you made Bar Priya Adama on a fruit.
You make a Bar Priya Adama on an apple, it's okay.
Correct. You shouldn't do it, but if you did it, then it's fine. All right? We'll see more of that in a minute. Al Peres Haaretz, so pshita, right? On the Peres Haaretz, it's pashut that you have to make Bar Priya 8. So Amar Rav Nachman Yitzchak, yehuda, the Amar Chita min Ilanhi. He's going according to Mandomer that says that wheat is a type of tree. Okay? So according to that Mandomer, so you would think if chita is a type of tree, so then you should make butter. If you say what's he going on here? He's going on Vaperis Aretz, right? Butter lo yatza, right? You're not yatza. Yeah, so we're saying pshita's pasha, you're not yatza. So you would think that maybe it's going according to Mandomer that says that it's wheat. Wheat is a tree, right? So Kamash Malan, even according to that Mandomer, you'd still make ha'etz, even though he holds that wheat is a tree. Now, what's this Mandomer? The Tanya, Ilan Shachal Mimeno Adam Arishan, the tree that Adam Arishan ate from. Rameir Aimer Gefen Haya, it was grapes. She'ein l'chadavar maybe yilala aladam elayayin, because there's nothing like wine that's going to bring somebody a negative, and that's what happened to Adam Shenemer V'Yishan V'Yoshas Min Hayayin V'Yishka, and he drank from the wine, and he got drunk, right? And then that's where everything went downhill, right? So the first Mandomer says it's a grape. It's a fig. Because what messed them up, right? The Eitzadas was a fig. They used branches of the fig tree in order to use as clothing once they did the chet, and they got embarrassed that they were undressed, right? So it was a fig that they did. That was the Eitzadas. And Rav Yehuda it must have been wheat because the tinek doesn't know how to call his father and his mother's name until he tastes a tam of wheat.
So no one says it's an apple.
Correct. There's no opinion here that says it's an apple, right? It's either a grape, fig, or wheat. Now, could be there's other opinions, but right here in this price, it doesn't say, right?
Esther is only opinions too.
So Salgadai the Chaminas, I would think Hailvam Rav Yehuda Chita Min Ilonhi. So since Chita is a type of tree, the Barachalev Barapriya Eitz, you make Barapriya Eitz, Kamash Malon, that you don't. You don't make Barapriya Eitz. Okay, so Heichem Barachina Barapriya Eitz. Now, where do you make Barapriya Eitz? This is a very important line on the Gemara. Where do you make Barapriya Eitz? Heicha de Shechi Shaklas Le Leperi, Isir Legavza V'Hadar Mapik. When you take the fruit, right? So now Isir Legavza is a very controversial pshat. There's many different Rishonim who have explained the pshat in the word Gavza. Rashi touches Gavza as the branch of the tree, right? Hadar Mapik, and then another fruit will take its place, meaning fruits grow back by themselves. They don't have to be planted, right? That's basically what the Gemara is saying. The question is, which part of the fruit, which part of the tree doesn't grow back? Is it the branches? Is it the root of the tree? And the big nafkamina with this is, what bracha do you make on bananas, strawberries, and those type of things? All right, so Taisus actually says banana. What? They have branches, but some of them, from what I understand from bananas, is the branches that are above ground get destroyed and don't grow back, but the root stays there, and then they grow straight out of the root. So depending on how you understand this Gemara, what?
They look like trees. I have a picture of that.
Yes, they look like trees, but the branch, I never saw how it goes. So
they don't have a trunk.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they do.
They don't have a trunk. The leaves grow from the base of the ground.
And then what happens when the bananas get picked? What happens to those leaves?
That leaf just dies, and then another leaf will grow up, and then it flowers out of the new leaf.
Okay, so that's what they say. That's what the Paiskim, that's the whole deal with bananas. So which, okay, I don't know which part falls off and which part doesn't. But it's a machlokes if it means the branches or the leaves or whatever it is.
The whole thing on the banana, the whole thing falls off.
Right. So some Rishonim think that this Gemara means the trunk.
You see, if you look here, all the green stuff is going to get destroyed.
Right.
And
so,
anything, and the bananas come out to the green.
Right. So there's some Rishonim learn that the word gavza is going on those green leaves that are coming out. So if you learn that it's those green leaves that are coming out, so those get destroyed, and it gets replaced by new ones. Others say no, it's as long as the base still stays. So then you would make barapriya eitz. The mice, I think almost everybody makes a hadama on bananas, right? And that's because they go with the paiskim that say that little branch that it hangs on gets destroyed and never comes back. So therefore, it's something from scratch, right? That's what.
Is this why we make shehakol on mushrooms? Because it doesn't come from a plant.
Oh, so we're going to get to mushrooms on Amud Beis. Very good. On Amud Beis, we're going to get to mushrooms. Yeah. So look at the first word of Tazma. Hachan near the tusim, upraizish, ubuntunch. I think that's bananas, right? It seems like if, according to Taisus, he would say that you have to make barapriya eitz, because he's learning that it has to do with the trunk, not with the leaves that come out. And others disagree. Rashi says the anaf shall eitz. It's the branch of the wood. He's
trunk.
Right.
When he says the eighth, he means trunk.
Who? Taisus. Yes. Rashi is anaf is clearly just the branch that never comes back. Okay. Yeah. Avo, returning to Amud. Avo, heicha dechi shaklus le'leperi lesa legavza the hadar mapik leimer bachina le'barapriya eitz le'barapriya number. Where you take away the fruit, then you're no longer going to have that branch. Again, the same machlokes that we said. It's never going to come back. So then you don't make barapriya eitz, only you make barapriya adama. Right. So that is the pshat, the difference in which on these types of vegetables, strawberries and all that. There's also opinions that hold that anything that's within 10, 11 inches of the ground also has a din of a vegetable, not a fruit. Okay, Valkulon Imam Shehakol, right? We said that on all these brachos, if you make Shehakol, then you're fine. Itmar Rav Huna Amar, Chutz min hapasim min hayayin, except for pas and yayin, meaning that you cannot make Shehakol on bread or wine. That won't cut it. But Rav Yochanan Amar Afilu pas v'yayin, even on pas v'yayin, that's the way we paskin that Shehakol would work on bread and on wine. Name with kitanoi. Let's say there's a machlokes tonight. Ra pas v'amar kama no pasu. If somebody sees bread and he says, "How beautiful is this bread?" Baruch hamakim shavara, and he says, "Baruch hamakim that created such bread." Yatsa, then he's yotze. That's enough, and he could just eat the bread. That's considered a bracha. Ra te'ena, he sees a fig, v'amar kama no te'ena zu, baruch hamakim shebaru yotze. Divrei Meir. So Rameir holds you don't have to use the classic version of a bracha. You just can say some sort of praise to Hashem, and that would be enough. If you change the matbeya, literally means a coin, but the form of what the Chacham said to make a bracha, then you are not yotze yechayv. Right? So we have a machlokes tanoim whether brachas have to be exactly the way Chacham established it or not. So name of Rav Huna, Damak Rav Yosef, Rav Yochanan, Damak Rav Meir. So let's say Rav Huna, who said that Shehakol doesn't cut it for bread and wine, he's going with the opinion that says that you need to do it exactly the way Chacham say it. And Rav Yochanan's going like Rav Meir, who says the opposite. So I'm like Rav Huna.
He only says it's for wine and bread. What about everything else?
No, wine and, what do you mean?
He holds us there.
No, because that's for wine and bread. Because wine and bread are considered more chashuv, so then the Shehakol's not going to cut it.
I understand that, but Rabbi Yossi would hold that you wouldn't say that. Rabbi Yossi holds if you're Mishna from any brachas, you're not yotze.
Yeah, so that's really what you're asking. I think what you're asking is Taisus Kasha. Look at the second Taisus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, look at the you look at the Taisus. We'll discuss it after. Yeah. Amalei Rav Huna, anot Amri afilu Rameir. So Rav Huna says, no, I can even say like Rameir. Ad kan like Rameir hasam elo hekut the kamit kashmei to pass. Over there, he at least mentioned the word pass, even though he didn't do a classic form of a bracha, but at least he mentioned pass. Havalechut the like kamit kashmei to pass, because if you didn't mention pass because you just said Shehakol yevadvarei, then afilu Rameir, Maida, even Rameir would be Maida. But Rav Yochanan amalach anot Amri afilu Rav Yossi. I can even say like Rav Yossi. Ad kan like Rav Yossi hasam elo mishum the kamar bracha the like kinu rabbanan. There, Rav Yossi says it's no good because you made a bracha Shehakol on something that requires either butter priya govern or hamayz lechem and aretz. Aval amar Shehakol niyavadvarei titkinu rabbanan. But if you said Shehakol niyavadvarei, which Chachamim were misakin in most situations, afilu Rav Yossi maida, then even Rav Yossi would be maida that you would be yotze. Fine. Okay. So it's not necessarily the same machlokes. Binyamin Raya, Binyamin the shepherd, Korach Rifta, he made himself a sandwich. Korach from Korach and Rifta's bread. But Amar Baruch Marei to high pizza. Blessed is the person who create, not the person, the one who made this bread. Amar Rav Yatza. So Rav said he's Yatza. Amar Rav Kol Bracha Shem Bas Koros Hashem in a bracha. Rav said any bracha that doesn't have Hashem's name is not a bracha. Right? So and here he didn't say. He said so. The Amar Baruch Rachmana Marei to high pizza. So he's changed it. He didn't say Baruch Marei to high pizza. He's stuck in the word Baruch Rachmana. Rachmana is another term for Hashem. So there was Hashem's name said. V'habeinu shalosh brachos. You need shalosh brachos, meaning Birchas Hamazon. I don't clearly understand what the Gemara was thinking with this question. Right? V'habeinu shalosh brachos. So my yatsa the Gemara Rav Nami yatsa yidei Bracha Rishayna. He's talking about Bracha Rishayna, but not talking about Bracha Achrayna. Of course, he had to do benching. This is just talking about the Bracha before he ate the bread, not afterwards. Right? I'm not sure what the Havamina was of that Gemara's kasha. I mean, it's pretty obvious I was talking about the Bracha before the bread, not the brachas afterwards. My kamashmalan, right? What is it coming to teach us? Avagav damar b'lashon chol. I'm sorry, it's a question. My kamashmalan avagav damar b'lashon chol. What's it coming to teach us that even if you said in the lashon chol, Tanina, we already learned it. Ve'elun namar b'chol lashon. These are the things that you could say in any language. Parsha soita, vidui, meiser, kriya shema, tefillah, or berchas hamazon. So we see that you can do all these things in whatever lashon you want. So what was the chiddush? So Gemara says, meaning when you're saying it in a foreign language, that works if you're doing it sort of like a transliteration, right? Well, it's not real transliteration. Meaning not transliteration, I'm sorry. You're translating the words, but you're saying it in English. I mean, you're saying the whole Shema in English, right? But you're saying it as a translation to what it says in Hebrew. But to make up your own words, that it doesn't say. So that's what the Gemara is coming to tell you. Again, that's meaning you're saying it in a foreign language, the way the Chachamim said to say it in Lashon Kodesh. But I would think that if you say it in a foreign language, and you don't even say it in the form that the Chachamim said to say it in Lashon Kodesh, so I would think you're not Yotze Kamashmalon. This is telling you that you would be Yotze. Okay?
If somebody actually said, like, thank God for this food, he would be Yotze.
That's according to this. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
Mention Hashem.
Yeah.
Do you have to mention a specific food?
L'chayra not. Shehakol would cover you on all the foods. Yeah. Gufa. Amar Rav. Kol bracha she'ein bo haskaras Hashem ein a bracha. Any bracha that doesn't have Hashem's name is not a bracha. Rabbi Yochanan, kol bracha she'ein bo malchus ein a bracha. Or any bracha that doesn't have malchus. Malchus is no Hashem Elokeinu Melech, meaning bracha to Hashem. That's the first shita, and the second shita Rabbi Yochanan is saying it has to say Elokeinu, right? Amar Abaye Kav say the Rav Mistavra, like the Rav is the more svaradik. The Tani lo yavartim mitzasechol l'shachti lo yavartim l'varachav lo shachachtim l'has k'shemcha olav v'ilamachos like Tani. It says I didn't pass over any of your mitzvahs and I didn't forget and I didn't do anything wrong, right? And it doesn't say anything about malchus. Rabbi Yochanan Tani b'lo shachachtim l'has k'shemcha malchus olav. He says Rabbi Yochanan says no. What that pasuk means is I didn't forget to mention his name and his malchus. So you really have to stick in malchus. So we don't have a proof either way. Yeah, Zok the Mishna. Anything that doesn't grow from the ground, so you say Shehakol. It's on vinegar, we'll see in the Gemara what noivlois are. Val hagubai, and on gubai, I don't think there's that's gubai is what do you call it? Grasshoppers. Yeah. And all those things you make Shehakol Yevadvar. If something is cursed, then you don't make a bracha on it. Let's say you have a lot of different types of food in front of you. If you have one of the 7 from Eretz Yisrael, then you make a bracha on that. No, you make a bracha on whichever one you want first. Right? So that's really a loaded Mishnah. Again, the Mishnah says Shehakol. And then it says you don't make a bracha on anything that's a klala. And if you have a lot of types of food in front of you, so it's a machlokes whether you do the 7 minim first or you make on the bracha that you want. On something that doesn't grow from the ground, we're going basa behemas chayas v'oifas v'dagim. Right, like we know, right? Meat, fish, birds, fowl. Right, you all say shakol midvar. Ala chalav, ala beitzim, ala gvina. I'm a shakol. Right, on eggs, milk, cheese, it's all Shehakol. Ala pas she'ifshav, ala yayin she'hikrim. Right, so on bread that got bad, that went bad, and wine that went bad, and tafshil she'avet tzuras, in a tafshil that also doesn't, that got, how do you call it, spoiled, then I'm a Shehakol. Then you make a Shehakol. Yeah? Meaning, so if you have wine that really tastes bad, the bracha changes to Shehakol.
The vinegar.
It's not vinegar yet. It's not vinegar yet. Why they call it?
Well, either way, vinegar is also.
I'm saying, right, but he's saying even a lesser degree.
Yeah. Ala melech, ala zamis, val kamein, or pitrios, omer Shehakol. On salt, we had zamis. What did we touch? Zamis that was salt and brine, I think. Val kamein, or pitrios, kamein is what do you call that fancy thing?
Salt and salt water. Salt water on truffles and
truffles. Kamein is truffles, and pitrios is mushrooms.
The problem is truffles grow in the ground.
Right. Well, they grow in the ground or on top of the ground?
Mamish in the ground. That's why they have the pigs that like sniff them out underground.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Truffles.
They do pigs anymore. I think they use dogs. They don't use pigs anymore.
Well,
use dogs?
I don't eat truffles, so I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know.
To dig it out of the ground.
I have to just say a funny story. My father's a Bracha with Pitrios when he first went to Eretz Yisrael during the Gulf War. So he's trying to read the Hebrew papers, trying to figure out. So they had Patriot missiles. So he's reading in Hebrew, and it's Patriot, and he says, "What are they shooting mushrooms at?" So he couldn't figure it out until
you know what else is Patriot? Catholic's foot.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Oh, it makes sense. Yeah. It's a fungus. Okay.
Dogs.
Dogs. They said dogs find the truffle nowadays.
Yeah, they don't use the pigs anymore. They use dogs.
Bloodhound, no?
Okay, all the knowledge that we have on this chat over here. Anyways, Val Kameno Pitrios, I'm a Shehakol. Right, so the bracha on mushrooms. Simon, this is what you're talking about, right? What did you ask for?
I asked you something that doesn't grow on a tree or a bush, like a mushroom.
Right, so mushrooms, the bracha is Shehakol. Why? Now the Gemara is going to discuss it. Val Kameno Pitrios, I'm a Shehakol. You say Shehakol. By the way, the proper pronunciation of Shehakol is not Shehakol. It's Shehakol. Okay? Shehakol is just a disaster when you say it like that, right? Because She is a prefix.
Hakol.
Right? The word is kol. The She and Ha are prefixes, so it should be Shehakol. If you say Shehakol, I don't know if you're really yotzi. Maybe you should say it in the weekday with the English way, like we said before. I don't know. You might be better off that way.
The Hamotzi thing of the day, but the non-from, they're like, Uncle Sal, make motzi, make motzi.
Oh,
It's the Gemara.
They don't even know what they're saying.
Exactly. They're more machmir than we are.
That's funny. Anyways, yeah. So our command picture is Amar Shehakol. Shehakol. The command picture is Lav Gidulei Karpininu. Are you saying that truffles and mushrooms don't grow on the ground? Well, Tanya, we have a price on Noidim Repeirus Aretz. Somebody makes a neder that he's not going to have any fruit. Also, Repeirus Aretz, he's not allowed to have fruits and vegetables. Umutter b'kameinu pictures, but he's allowed to have truffles and mushrooms. But if he says he's making a neder that anything that grows from the ground I'm not allowed to have, then he's also off the command pictures. He's not allowed to have command pictures. So you see, it's considered gidulei karka. So Rabaya mirba rabu me'ara. Yes, it does come from the ground, but it doesn't get any sustenance from the ground. All it does is get the sustenance from the air, I guess. Right? So since the sustenance doesn't come from the ground, it's not considered from the ground, and therefore the Bracha Shehakol. It says, but it didn't grow from the ground, and that part it is growing in the ground. So Tani al davar shein yoinik min. So change it and say that it means something that didn't get its sustenance from the ground, not that it didn't grow on the ground. Okay, fine. Vala noivlos. Time is it now? Oh, that's funny. Okay, my noivlos. What are noivlos? Meaning we said noivlos are you say on noivlos and gubai and what's it called? Grasshoppers. You say shahakoni with vare. And Rabbi Yehuda says that it's a min klali, you don't make a bracha on it. Yeah? My noiblos, Rabbi Loi, Chadam Boishle Kamra, Chadam Tamre Dezika. One says that they were burnt, right?
Some kind of date.
They were the dates that got over, yeah, what?
They've been altered in some way. The Gemara will explain a lot.
Yeah, so it means that Rashi says they were burned by the sun. Right, that's bushlik kala.
Almost overripe.
They stayed on the tree too long. Like the oven, they got black on the top, so they stayed on the trees too long, so the sun burnt them. So that's why I think that's what it is. It's dates that got the wind damaged them. Right? So Rabbi Yehuda says if it's a min klala, then you don't make a bracha. So if you call it Baishri Kamra, that's what you call it min klala. Why is it a klala? Meaning if it got burned by the sun, so that's a min klala. But if it got just wind blown, so what's the klala? So ashara. Yeah, that's going. I think that's going on. Yeah, it's going on the rest. So we answer. It's going on chaymitz and gubai. It's not going on. When he says the min klala, he's going on the first two cases of the Mishna, not on the. Not the first two. He's going on gubai and the grasshoppers. He's not going on noivlos. If you say that it was overcooked, so that's why you make shehakol. Just windblown shehakol, bari priyates and violate, it should be bari priyates. Right? He should have made a brach on that. No, so noivlos, regular noivlos is that stuff that was overheated by the sun. We're talking about a disagreement about noivlos that come from a date tree. The Tanan hakalin shebedemai hashisin. I'm not even going to bother translating these strange vegetables. The Gemara is going to try and translate hakalin shebedemai hashisin v'harimin v'ha'izradin v'nai shuach v'nai shikma v'gufnin v'nitzba v'noivlos timra shisin. I'm sorry. V'noivlos timra shisin. What's shisin? It's a type of date. Rimin is keneged, kandi is kandi, ha'izradin is tolshi, b'nai shuach amar v'chana Rav Yochanan te'eni chivarta, that's white, some sort of white figs. B'nai shikma amar v'chana Rav Yochanan doivli, it's doivli, gufnin is shilhi gufni, nitzba parcha. Okay, whatever all this stuff. Yeah, it's going to figure out.
Sagamore figs.
Right. Okay.
Late season
Noivlois,
grapes, Cape berries.
right? Noivlois timro. So what is noivlois that are from a date tree? Rabbi Levi, Rabbi Zeir, Chadam or Baishli Kimra, B'Chadam or Tamri Dezika. Right, the same thing that we just said. So Bishlam the Mandam or Baishli Kamra, Hainu the Ketoni Hakal and Shabadamai, Sveikahu the Potter, Havade Chayev. Right? If meaning there's something called demai. Demai are vegetables that we're not sure if an amoritz took meiser off of it, shumas and meiser. So it's a suffix. So therefore, it's basically vegetables, fruits and vegetables that belong to an amoritz. So we're not sure whether they took it off or not. So we got to make you take it off, right? So now, if what we're saying is here is that if these vegetables are such garbage vegetables, so why is it a suffix demai? He should have. They would take it off. They don't have a big loss from taking it off. Anyways, they're pretty much worthless, right? So depending on how you define these vegetables, that's whether it's going to make sense with demai, right? Mm-hmm. So again, the Bishlam of the Mandam, going back a few words. Bishlam of the Mandam, Boishli Kamra, Hani Dugtoni Akal Shir Demai, Sveikan Hu Depotter, Havadon Chayev. El Mandam or Tamri Dezika, Vadon Chayev, Hefker Ninu. They should be Hefker. They're so cheap, right? No, we're talking about where you took them and you gathered them. Leket, shikha, those are the things you have to give to the aniyim when you're gathering your stuff in the field. Leket is a little bit of the stuff that you gather, and the shikha is what was forgotten in the pay of the corner of the field.
Is what you
so
drop,
they're
right?
so they're all potter from meiser. But if you gathered them and put them into a silo, then they are going to, meaning if an ani did that, then it would be chayv and ma'aser. So then it is you're kaveh to ma'aser, right? So therefore, that's what we're talking about here. Okay, and we're going a little fast here, and there's a lot of it's don't get stressed out. It's fine. Ikad amri bishlam mandam tamri dezika. There are those that say that's a good according to mandam, but it says that it got damaged by wind. Hainu dahacha karili noivlois stama. Boston karili timber. That's why here it calls it noivlois, plain noivlois, and there it calls it a tamar. So why don't you just say that they're both the same thing? So kasha, that's a kasha. Good. So then we were all mechamed to this Gemara that it's a kasha. Yeah. All right. Okay. So fine. I'm sorry. I took a little longer than I thought tonight's stuff, but it's been a pleasure. And zag gesund and have a good night.
You get extra
Thanks,
stars.
everybody.
Stars for reading all those words well.
Yeah. How do you know I read it well?
I was trying to keep up.
So,
please. Yeah.
We were talking about fish and stuff like that, yeah?
Yeah.
So sardines are prevalent in the area, but not herring. Herring is cold water fish.
Herring what?
Herring is cold water fish.
One pack.
Good night. That's why in like Lithuania and Russia we eat the Kalta stuff, you know?
Yeah, $14, 24.
I hear, but anyways, isn't a herring a large fish?
No,
herring's a small fish.
It's not a large fish, but it's not a sardine.
It's a little bigger than sardine, but it's considered a small fish.
Yeah, it's not. But it's not like a sardine small. It's like a good size.
It's
Jesse.
They're the same size. They happen to be. There's a fish that's red, comes in the Mediterranean called the barbonia. I used to sell it in Queens when I worked for the fish guy in Queens, and it's the same size as a herring. It's a nice little fish, but they would eat it just like whole. Like you grill them up and throw them in because the bones are so small you just chew them.
No, this is herring.
Diamond, what size is a gefilte fish?
Biggest one.
That's a herring.
They come in 3-pound logs.
Beef packets.
Jesse, your screen makes me feel like I'm on LSD or something.
What did you say, anchovies?
Smaller than
Oh, I forgot to stop recording. Hey.